Hi, Todd Warren here in the Forecast Center with a look at what's going to be a very active weather week here for the Arctic, as we do have some cold which has made its way back into the area. Fortunately, we're still above freezing across the vast majority of the Arctic, and most of the area will likely stay that way. We are looking at the possibility for temperatures dropping below freezing over the north and northwestern sections of the area. That's why we do have a winter storm warning in these areas of pink and a winter weather advisory for the areas in purple. Basically, most of this will occur tomorrow and tomorrow night. As far as temperatures, as of mid-afternoon, you can see most of the area still well above freezing. The colder air beginning to filter into the far northwestern edge of the Arctic as we speak. So let's move forward and talk about what we're going to be anticipating. Now, the reason with the cold air in place, you might be wondering why we're looking at freezing rain or ice instead of snow. Well, the answer is the cold air mass that is moving in is rather shallow. It's not very deep. So for most of the Arctic, the precipitation that falls as snow from the clouds will melt before it hits the ground and we'll get rain. For parts of the area, that precipitation will melt, and then where temperatures are below freezing, it will refreeze and form ice on surfaces at the ground, and that will occur, as I mentioned, over the north and northwestern sections of the area. Kind of doubtful we'll see much sleet, and very unlikely we'll see any snow across the Arctic because the cold air is simply not going to be deep enough. So let's talk about the timing of things here as we check in with Robbins Toyota Futurecast, and I want to zero in, and you'll notice that these are going to be the areas that probably have the best chance. This north of this line is where we will have the best chance of seeing any of that ice accumulation across the area. So here we go. Areas of pink is where Futurecast shows freezing rain will eventually occur. And notice for most of the area, it's mainly rain here for tonight. We'll see a little bit more in terms of freezing rain as we go through the day tomorrow, especially over the northwestern, northern, and northeastern sections of the area. Some icing will be possible across north central Louisiana, mainly to the east of Shreveport. And then as we go through tomorrow night, that threat of precipitation will continue, but the main ice concerns will remain north of that yellow line that I drew across the northwestern, northern, and northeastern edges of the area. As far as the ice possibilities, let's break this down. Typically, obviously, when it comes to travel, any ice is too much, and we can get some travel conditions. So let's talk about the possibility of seeing any ice from now through tomorrow night. And you can see in Shreveport that chance probably 10 to maybe 20%. But as you go north, that chance does increase in Texarkana to around 40%. And notice north of that yellow line that I drew, northwestern edge of the area, we will see some freezing rain. Likely we'll see some freezing rain over the northern and northeastern half of southwest Arkansas. Some, all right? When we talk about freezing rain, we start to see greater impacts when we get more than 1/4 of an inch. That's when we maybe start to see a few isolated power outages because of the weight of the ice and its effect on especially the pine trees across the area. So you can see the possibility of seeing upwards of 1/4 of an inch or more of ice accumulation will be highest over the west and northwestern edge of the area. They're probably looking at a good 30 to as much as 50% chance of seeing at least 1/4 of an inch of ice. And again, northern sections of Howard County will be in that same ballpark as well. This is the outlook from the Weather Prediction Center. I think has a pretty good handle on how much ice we might see. Notice Shreveport, if we get any, it's going to be not much. As you get up towards Texarkana, closer to 1/10 of an inch of ice accumulation possible there. Notice that this darker green is where they indicate we have the best chance of seeing totals eclipse 1/4 of an inch, basically over the northwestern edge of the Arctic. So that's where the ice will be the heaviest, northwestern edge, but it will be possible as far south as Interstate 20. As you work your way south of Interstate 20, it's highly unlikely that we'll see much as far as any threat of freezing rain. Now, longer range, we will continue to see the rainfall across the area, and that's going to be another concern given the fact that part of the area received 4, 5, 6 inches of rain over the weekend. You can see that we'll see more heavy rain move into the area Wednesday night, and this will be all rain. We will warm up a bit Wednesday. probably stay rain across all of the area Wednesday night, and we'll see that rain eventually begin to taper off and end as we go through Thursday night. And we'll probably see the return of some sunshine as soon as Friday. As far as rain accumulation, again, it will be heavy. And you can see the Futurecast indicating, especially East Texas, Northwest Louisiana, a good solid 2 to 3 inches of additional rain possible there. Amounts probably will not be quite as high as you work your way towards the northern part of the area. So your forecast for tonight looks like this. We will see temperatures fall into the probably mid-30s across northwest Louisiana. Even DeQueen could stay above freezing tonight, right around 34, 37 in Shreveport, 34 degrees in Texarkana. Notice Idabel, Mount Pleasant, pretty close to freezing. The rest of the area likely will stay a little bit above freezing. Tomorrow, we will see temperatures not really change that much, maybe rising 2, 3, maybe 4 degrees. 36 for the high tomorrow in Texarkana, 41 in Shreveport. You can see the low 40s further to the south. And the 10-day forecast shows that we will see temperatures across the Arklatex that will begin to warm up a bit as we get closer to the weekend, as we will see highs Wednesday more than likely in the 40s once again in Shreveport. But by the time we get to the end of the weekend, we will see daytime highs back up above normal in the lower 60s. 61 for Sunday, mid-60s for the first half of next week, and more heavy rain could be on the way for the middle part of next week. Notice daytime highs, again 39 for the high Wednesday, 47 Thursday, 60s by the end of the weekend. We'll probably stay in the 60s through pretty much all of next week. So again, winter storm warning for the northwestern edge of the area, winter weather advisory in effect elsewhere. If you are traveling, be extra careful. Keep an eye on that temperature. That's the main indicator as to whether or not you're experiencing rain or freezing rain. And when you're traveling, any freezing rain can produce some rather slick conditions, especially on those bridges and overpasses.